What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video. This video will be my top 5 sneakers to cop right now if you're looking to invest in something that will make you some sort of profit down the road. Now, just a quick disclaimer before I get into the video. This won't be the overhyped Supreme SBs that recently came out, or any of those off-white hype sneakers that you can obviously make a profit. You can make a profit right now as we speak. But this will be my top 5 of the, you can say the upper echelon of the GRs, where if you buy multiple pairs, you can see a great profit. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll get right into the video. So obviously I'll be using StockX just as a reference. You can see the different prices. StockX is, I'll say, the most popular or the go-to for most resellers when it comes to prices. So the first one I personally had in mind was the recently released white University Blue Jordan 1 highs. For this reason, I think obviously the resale value is already there, but if you can get a pair, because it was tough to get a pair, but if you can get a pair or multiple pairs for retail, I'm telling you that would be a great investment. This sneaker is already at $400, depending on the size, of course. I know these just came out, but I have a feeling this sneaker can reach a $500 market. So like I said, if you're able to get a pair, because it was literally impossible to get a pair today. All the sites were just crashing, everything was going crazy today. But like I said, if you were able to get a pair or multiple pairs for retail, sit on them. They will go up in price, trust me. And this sneaker right here, I don't see a dip happening. I know when people get their pairs, they automatically want to sell it on StockX, and there's usually a dip in the price. But this sneaker here, just because it was so hard to get, literally so hard to get, it's tough to get, so I don't see that happening. Next up, we have the Taupe Jordan 4s. They also recently released, I think it's been a week now. So as you can see on StockX, they're doing really well, especially for a sneaker that just came out a week. You can see 324 is the lowest as, 307 the highest bid. So nothing too crazy, but like I said, there is a profit already with this sneaker. But if you were able to get a pair, I unfortunately was not able to get a pair, so I'll still find a way to get a review on that. But like I said, you were able to get a pair or multiple pairs, sit on them, the sneaker will go up, just because it resembles that brown Travis Scott sample that keeps going around. So sit on them pairs, they will go up. Now this sneaker right here, I personally wanted for myself. This is one of those releases I was looking for of the year, besides the Carmine and obviously the eventual Crew at 11s. But I took an L. I tried multiple sites, multiple sneakers account. Just took an L. I'm not really sure. People were getting through. People were getting backdoor pairs. So it's really tough to get sneakers, especially when there's so much hype behind the sneaker. Because now the store runs are limited, and it's just tough to cop sneakers if you really want sneakers now, especially for a personal pair. So hopefully I can catch a pair down the run. Now, as you can see from the StockX prices, the shoe is already doing well. I personally size 10, like I said, 324 lowest as. The last year was 320. So if you did have a pair, pretty sure you flipped it for a reasonable price. But the point of the video is to, if you can hold them or sit on them for, I'll say maybe up to 6 months, maybe a little more than that, they will go up, just because people are still getting the pairs from their reseller or their plug, whatever, and that's when the resellers tend to sell on StockX. So this price will jump. So if you can, like I said, sit on your pairs. If anybody has a size 10 of these 4s for a reasonable price, hit me up. Following that, we have another recently released sneaker. There was some hype to it, nothing too crazy, nothing too wild, but I personally think it will go up in value just because of the the hints of OG all around the sneaker. This obviously is the Carmine 6s 2021 release, red Nike on the back. To me, that makes it a selling point, just because if you've seen the past sneakers that came out with an OG touch to it, it tends to resell much more than the retro. So that's the reason why he's on the list. Now I'll keep reminding throughout the video that this is not, one of those lists where I'm telling you, hey, if you have it on your hand, sell it right now. If you do have a pair of Carmines or pairs of Carmines, I suggest you to hold them. They will go up in value. That's how I tend to do my things when it comes to reselling, depending on the sneaker, depending on how Nike is advertising it, depending on the hype. Then I'll adjust and either hold or sell right away. Now a reoccurring theme throughout the video will be showing or emphasizing the OG hints on sneakers. Now on this specific pair, like I said, the red Nike Air is obviously on the back of the sneaker, so for me that is a selling point as a consumer or seller. So sneakers with OG hints on the sneaker will sell much more than the retros. Now at this point it may not seem logical or reasonable just because of what they're going for right now. Obviously they're not going for too much, $257 the lowest ass, $250 the last sale, nothing too crazy compared to other sneakers. But like I keep saying, what sneaker was it, the Bread 4s that came out 2 years ago now, but they initially they were floating around $250, maybe high $280, $290, almost $300. But now as you can see, a DS pair is almost $400, if not over $500. So sneakers like this with OG hands can skyrocket anytime. Now personally, I do have a pair of these. I am sitting on them, depending on how the market value goes. It does have a defect, so I know it will diminish the value some, but nothing too crazy. But like I keep saying, that OG Nike Air on the back will help the value tremendously. So try and copy the sneaker as close to retail as possible. Now fourth on the list, another recently released sneaker. I personally passed on it, don't know why. I'm second thinking about it now. So it's also the Cool Grade 3s. As you can see, resale value is nothing too crazy. I would say is actually below retail right now, which is not a bad thing if you're sitting on pairs, because if you remember, the Cool Grade 4s came out last year or the year before that, and for the first, I'll say 6 or 7 months, the sneaker was floating right at retail, maybe even more. I know retail was $200. After all the tax and everything, it was about $220, but the resale value was just around $250, maybe $240 if I remember correctly. And now you can get a DS pair for less than $400, maybe even more in some instances. And used VNDS sneakers are going for $300, $320. So the sneaker values are just going up. Make sure if you're able to cop for retail or slightly above retail, that's always a must cop. Now like I said at the beginning of this sneaker, I did pass on them. I really don't know why. I just assumed for some reason that I was able to get it on the secondary market for much less, and I still have that belief. I believe I can find the VNDS pair for retail, if not a little bit below. But I put this on the list just because of the same trend the Cool Grade 4s had. So after sneaker, everyone had this sneaker at the time. But now it's like over a year later, and now like I said, DS pair goes for $400. Same thing with the Black Hat 4. So if you're able to get a pair for retail or close to retail, that's always a must cop in my mind. So get your pairs now. Now finally, the last sneaker on my list for the top 5 sneakers to invest in right now at this moment to gain some sort of profit in the next upcoming months or even a year from now is the Supergr. I know everyone has this sneaker right here. If not, people have multiple pairs at the moment. It's obviously the Fire Red 4s, 2020 release that came out at end of last year. As you can see right now from the StockX prices, it's over retail. $291 the lowest ask, $270 last sale, $261 the highest bid. Nothing off the charts, of course, but like I said, this is a video of top 5 sneakers to invest in right now. This sneaker right here, like all the other 4 sneakers, if you're able to cop at retail or even slightly above retail, I would say it will eventually pay off. Now currently I am sitting on a couple pairs of these, so this is from my perspective. I believe the sneaker will also go up just because of the you know, just because of the reasons I stated earlier in the video. You know, you have that OG silhouette Jordan 4, OG fire red colorway, and of course you have that OG red Nike Air on the back. That, you know, differentiates a sneaker from any other retro of its kind. So that right there is selling point for most consumers. So resale value trends to go up. Look out for the prices to skyrocket. So I hope you enjoyed the video. The purpose of the video is just to, you know, show you what I think the prices will eventually be 8 to 12 months from now, maybe even a little more. But you don't have to buy the sneakers I'm recommending. This is just my opinion, honestly. So, you know, if they do all crash and burn, I personally have some pairs of these, not all, but some pairs of these, so I'll take the loss too. So keep that in mind. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.